to the northerly runway.
This is crested cormorant with a reddish on the face and the red eye and the crest. This is a view from our balcony on the 4th floor. This is in Joburg in a nice Hadada ibis.
And here is our ticket on our way to Chitabi. Here's our water buffalo with a small bird on his back who is searching for ticks. They can get quite a feast up there.
The way they graze, they just keeping their eyes. Especially sometimes they don't graze. They're sort of like playing with the grass, putting their tongue around the grass, just to pretend like they're grazing. If something is trying to stalk them, so they think that they are still putting their heads down. But they can still see very well. View of lounge, and lounge, they just scare them from there, and the other one goes the other way. And that's how sometimes they find a chance to try and pull down the old buffalo, but not really, face to face approaching it nowadays. And you can see these old bulls, they try to roll in the mud. You can see this one here, right on his back, is full of mud. That's sometimes to try and stop the flies.
And this is a nearby dove.
It's a long-tailed shrike.
All shrikes impale their victims on thorns.
In front of them. I don't know if it's in the bushes or.
A nice look at the ferocious honey badger.
Amazing to see what they're doing with them.
And certainly one of the highlights, if not the highlight of my trip, the wild dog or painted foxes, which people think sound better. The dogs are very sociable and lick each other's faces in greeting, which is how rabies is spread. May literally wipe them out.
Very bad, yeah.
And here's a mother trying to get away from her pesky brood. I think they must belong to several females and a lot of them. Okay, this is a mother, probably nursing, and she will be sought out by the pups before too long. According to our guide, these puppies are about 8 to 10 months old, and in the beginning there were 14, and now there are only 8.
They want to bring it. Yeah.
Now the pups are chasing after the alpha female. They're hungry. Here is an example of an elephant in musth, a male elephant. And this is a time when you don't want to fool around with the elephant. He's highly aggressive. The telltale sign here is the dark stain on his face.
It's predominantly thrown behind his ears. Because that's like a very fine blood vessels in the ear, and that's where they cool the blood down. So that'll be the major area where you will cool down as well with mud and water.
He's a little too close to the campsite, so we're shooing him away. This is an Indian elephant. You can tell by the fact that it has short cut tusks, and they are much more easy to work with. African elephants will always have their long tusks and are too aggressive or whatever to train.
I think they're probably young males.
Yeah, they're still young. They're just around about 6 years to 7 years. Yeah.
Complaint from tourists who will come back and say, they were just sleeping.
Of course, that's what they do most of the time. Yeah.
Yeah. This time of day, that's the resting time until tonight.
And then the female does the work at night.
Yeah. Yes. These guys are lazy guys all the time.
We have to start the motor up. So, isn't that interesting? They're just really cool customers.
Yeah. Let's come back and follow that road. Lions, male lions,
Yeah.
and females.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they are sleeping like that, or lying down like that, if you look at the end of the tip of the tail,
Okay.
right inside, you can't see the lava, but you can still see, the tail wiggling a little bit, like the whole tail stands still, but right at the tip there, you'll see, moving like that.
And that's a bad sign.
That's I don't know. Maybe sometime you hear that sometimes the lion can just jump into the vehicle, of course of that lava. So it makes them very, very aggressive.
50 kilograms of, so about 300 pounds, 250, 300 pounds of animal. Now that youngest cub, basically, as I was saying, they've got a pecking order. So the male.
What is he doing?
Checking to see if she's fancied.
Oh.
It's called Fleeman. He picks his lips up like that and opens up an olfactory system which tells him if she's ready to mate or not.
Oh, it's where she was lying.
Yeah.
Yes, I see.
You see where she killed it in the water there, Howard? You see there's a little bit of a ridge? And
Yes,
she's dragged it out.
I see.
Go through the anus, dear. That's how rough that tongue is. Make sure you remove the hair with those tongues.
How much would that baby weigh?
Like that, about 120 kilos.
His kill. He's eating my eyes out. So, yeah. Very nice piece.
Delicacy, like monkey's brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, you see.
Do they know the line or there?
No, I don't think so. They're just watching us. We've got all the.
Exciting morning.
Yeah. Slowly move into there. Just slowly when you move. Yeah, slowly.
This is a female cheetah. Looks like she's about to pop. I wonder how many babies she has.
There you go. Gerald, there's not a lioness killed a baby elephant. Yeah, she's still on her own.
Now, that's a white-headed vulture?
That's a white-headed.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Is that a ground hornbill? Is that a ground hornbill?
Bill. And there's one back where the right at the very back too. See right at the very back where the leopard faced used to be. Big bird.
You want to point to the dog?
Oh, yeah. These are Chitabe wild dogs. This is one of our pack, which belongs to the area. Yeah.
And here we have a yellow baboon. This is an impala, and we see it here pronging. This is a type of honest signaling. The pronging action is supposed to demonstrate to predators that the impala is healthy and agile and not worth the effort of a predator. This is called a signal. Another example is when an alert bird deliberately gives a warning call to a stalking predator and the predator gives up. Something that benefits the predator exclusively is called a cue, such as when a foraging bird inadvertently makes a rustling sound in the leaves that gives away where it is to a predator. Here are some scenes of a vervet monkey. And this strange little critter is an African spring hare. It's springing along. This happens to be a rather young hippo, and they come out of the rivers and in the nighttime to munch on the grasses.
Is this, when they rub the top ones against the bottom, this becomes very sharp. And as I say, the molars break, you know, they eat with their molars, but here they pick up the grasses with their lips. They've got no...
This is a lodge employee. On patrol, I guess. Note the ever-present rifle. These are fairly typical of the accommodations where we stayed. They were nice.
Go, Deborah. Go, Deborah.
Ostrich meat is the big thing in the States, right?
Yep.
Going around. Have they been hunted? Is that why they're so